This is part 2 of Pimpin' My Rodi. I've got everything hooked up as planned. I haven't really, put anything nice and neat away, because I kind of wanted to take a quick video of how the flow works through the system and everything that I did. So starting here is my water supply with my shut-off valve, and then that first connection there you can see is one of the TDS meters that is measuring my incoming TDS from my water supply. So from there we're going up and going up to that first canister, like I said, where I have a 10 micron sediment filter. Now at the back side it's going into my booster pump. So that sediment filter there is solely to protect the booster pump. From there, the booster pump, you have your pressure limiting switch, and then another gauge, and then in the center there, that's kind of to make the water recycle through the pump, so you can adjust your actual pressure and say take a load off the pump and not work work at full bore if you don't want. So from there it goes right into the 5-stage. So again, the 5-stage has the 10 micron sediment, a 5 micron carbon block, then a 1 micron carbon block, and then it's out to the membrane. So from there, how we made this an 8-stage was the first stage was this sediment filter. Now we got those 3 stages, that's 4. 150 gallon per day membrane is 5. Now we go out to our DI material, and then back up to 2 more canisters before it finally comes back down. So there, 8-stage. So the pump, I'll square everything away, and actually I think when I mount the pump on top of that unit it fits pretty well, and get some of these hoses out of the way. So right now, as you recall, yesterday I had 50 psi. I'm not sure if it's probably a combination of a prime time in my neighborhood and everybody's using water, and I just installed 3 more cartridges and a pump, which also has, like right there's a one-way valve and all that. So now I'm down to just about 40, 43, something like that. So and here was the supplied, again, the supplied 5 micron sediment filter to protect the pump that we got rid of, and instead, I think these are like 15 bucks, whereas a regular sediment filter can be had for even $3 sometimes, so got rid of that. So here we are making Rodi with just the supplied house pressure. Okay, so we'll let that stabilize a bit. And I'm going to take a little video of this rate, and I'm going to pause it. I'm going to turn on the booster pump, let it get up to pressure, and see what kind of a difference we may or may not notice. So I think right there we're getting a good idea of what it's doing. Okay, I'll pause it and be back in a minute. Okay, approximately 1 minute has went by. You can see we're up to, 95. I'll probably dial that back a bit, but let's just see what 95 gets us here. So pull this out of the water. This is the product water out. So, man, it's not going to calm down. Wow, I think I'm noticing a difference. I think I'm noticing a big difference. So yeah, I'll probably get true 150 gallons per day out of this thing now that I've provided with the proper pressure. Yeah, awesome. So that's about all I can think of, I guess. Oh, one thing I noticed, and I believe the Rodi manufacturer, you know what, let me not misquote anybody here, I'm just going to say there's a Rodi manufacturer out there on YouTube who has instructions on how to deal with your pressure and make sure you're not pumping too much pressure. And this is a mainstream Rodi system supplier, guys. Watch out. So he suggests that you just open up your automatic flush valve, and let's watch the pressure here. That's a cheap gauge. Let's go to the real gauge here. So he suggests to open up this automatic flush valve, if I can get one, do it with one hand here, to bleed off pressure. Come on. I'm not getting it. Okay. He says, so I'm slowly turning the valve to bleed off your pressure. Oh, wait a minute. I got to open up the other one. Okay, what am I doing? This one and then this one. Okay. So there we go. I've completely bled off the pressure there. But anyway, so you get the point that he is suggesting you open up your flush valve to bleed off the pressure. Well, what's that doing? Sorry, I was distracted there for a minute. So as I was saying, it suggested opening up the flush valve to bleed off pressure. Well, all that's doing is throwing useless gallons per hour of water down your drain, right? So that's why you have one of these gizmos in the middle, which allows you can adjust the pressure here. Here, I can do it over here so you can see the steady gauge, where you can dial it back and allow the water to simply recirculate through the pump. And so you're taking a load off the pump, not functioning it under high pressure that you don't want it to be, and you're not wasting any water. So I don't know where that guy was coming from, but you know, I didn't bust out your company, even though I do remember who you are. So hey man, maybe shoot me an email and tell me how it's not wasteful, or if I'm wrong in any way. So anyway, I think that's where I'll leave her. 70 pounds per square inch sounds good to me. Thanks for watching.